Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. I got a nice little lesson today. I got a mental illness concept that not projected at nobody particular, but I can see the reason why. I'm gonna talk about P Funk's philosophy on mental illness. Let's look at it from a left brain thinking concept against the right brain thinking concept. I'll break it down for you, man. I know it's a little complicated, but I got a nice little concept I can put together. That's right. Rightism. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tuned in and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my God be true. Right thinkers. Mental illness is left brain thinking, not right thinking. When I came up with the concept of right thinking, I never put this concept in my philosophy, but it just gave me a whole different perspective. Let me know that, dude, you was right. Didn't even know you was right, but I've always been a right thinker. I was taught left thinking, but I figured it out. Now I'm a right thinker. Let's go. When I get done, you should be too. We have two hemispheres, two brains, okay, and they're opposite thinkers. Why? Opposites come together to make a whole. The tails is different than the head. Okay, in the brain, the left is different than the right. And let me prove it to you. Oh, I've been learning my book of wisdom perspective that I never thought of before. Oh, it's a good book. All right, but this is my own stuff. I got you. Again, we have two opposite thinking brains, left, right, and self mastery is what learning how to use them both equally. Dun, 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 dun. My philosophy was right thinking, balanced thinking. I didn't know the difference in the right hemisphere and left hemisphere. I do now. Because they break it down a little different than the philosophy that I practice. So again, I'm learning something and it fits right into what I already know and what I'm practicing. So there's no big difference. I love that. I mean, if they're saying this and I'm practicing that and they both the same thing, that's what I'm trying to tell you. If what you're doing don't match what somebody's doing that's supposed to be good and right, somebody doing it wrong. I can roll with any religious concept. Why? I got a philosophy that fits anywhere I go. That's why. Let's go. That's why I can fellowship with anybody. Respect for their belief system, how they do it, don't make a difference to me, but I show respect. As long as they respect me, I respect them. Let's go. But if you're egoistic, you're going to suffer from what? Mental illness. You're suffering from that mental illness. Why? Because the fact that you're ran by the ego, that's an illness. That's a problem. And we don't even see it that way. It starts early in life. The ego, the lesson for that coming out too. But once it gets going, if you don't corral it, if you don't put that thing in servitude mode, you're going to have constant fetters, aka problems, drama, whatever you want to call it. It's not going to be good. That's all. And people who are egotistical, some of them are successful in areas where they proficient at, and that's cool. But as people, they're not good people. That's all. I don't give a damn what you make. That don't mean nothing. What kind of person are you? So we still going, well, how much money you make? What kind of job you got? What do you do for career? That means that don't mean nothing. What kind of person are you? Your personality. Is it worthy? Do you have integrity? Are you respectful? Are you dependent? Those are qualities that we should have as good people and human beings. But again, if you're egotistical, you suffer from mental illness. See, they don't see it that way. They don't see it that way. That's my point. Let's look at it from a different side. Okay, egoistic people use one-sided brain. Hence the illness. They're not using both. That's a detriment to you. God's servants are what by nature, what? Right thinkers. They're using the right side of the brain to serve God. And mostly it's a female thing, okay? Why? Because it's intuitive, creative, instinctive, nurturing. That's what the right side of the brain brings. And if you mix that with logic, rationale, logic, and reasoning, then you got a good mix. You got balance. If you using one or the other, there's no balance. And so women, y'all emotional, sometimes way too emotional and not logical enough. So you're using one side of the brain to do. Your illness is the same thing. If you're just using right side brain thinking, you are suffering from mental illness just from the different perspective and different brain. You're not using them both. That lies the mental illness. Right thinking cures the mental illness. Why? It teaches you to use both sides of the brain. That's mastery of this thing that we got called the mind or the brain. It don't come with instructions. Just instruct us. I mastered mine. My pastor also mastered his, but he uses that book, that Bible. And I don't use the Bible, but I have no problem with it. Why? If it got him to who and how he is, I got a problem with that book. I respect nothing but that book. Why? I haven't seen nobody other than him use it that way where it produced what he got. I know a bunch of y'all, maybe a few, but I only know one. I know a bunch of Christians. Truckloads of Christians. I only know one good one. Bonafide that I was that yeah him. No, the jury still out on them. I know him. I trust him. Moving on again. Mental illness is just thinking one side of the brain. How about that? I said, cause no. If you're only using the left side, and most men think left sided, and women think right sided. My point is to think equally, equanimity. Give both sides the use. Why? That's what you got it for. And it works out a lot better. Trust me. When you know both sides of the story, now you can make a better decision. You know, this is good, that's bad. What's your choice? Simple. But most people are, my pastor have always been a right brain thinker. I had no idea, but I figured out, book, give it to him. He got it. Our brain has two hemispheres, two sides. The left side is for the male. That's why men, Masons, when we go in, we used to try out and, two ball cage. But now we got more sophisticated. We're going to rip up the left side to show your neck and left breast. That's the male side. And if you ain't a man, we can pick you out and get you out. That's why. Stuff that we do, it's the reason and purpose for it. Again, that's the male way of thinking. They put everything in political, cutting around everything. Women, it's all love and emotion and just caring. That serves a purpose, but it shouldn't be the leader. Okay, like the ego shouldn't lead, emotions shouldn't lead either. They just like the ego, okay? But and the right side is the feminine. The Bible say, cast your net to the right side. Everybody say Jesus sits with the right hand of God. Everything is to the right. I think that's by coincidence. That's by design. Somebody's going to tell you. So again, moving on. Mental illness is just using your brain the wrong way. That's an illness. That's a problem. Left side men, aka evil, lower thinking, materialistic, physical people, that's the men. They like pleasure. They love money and pleasure stuff. Okay? But if you only using the left side, you what? You are ego, and that means you're the edge got out. You got no right side to brain action. Why? Everything is to the left. Everything for you is to you, about you, for you. The right is more spiritual, more recognizing of a higher authority. The ego thinks it is the higher authority. That's man. perfect scenario. And that's their concept. I got a whole different. I remember I tell you about set, but they got a nice philosophy based on the same philosophy, same concept. They're just using the brand to show you men think like that, women think like that. They did the movie. Women think like a man. No, just think equal. How about that? Think my yacht. Use both sides. Don't just think one way. We got God. God don't mean nothing without the devil. You got to have an opposer. You got to have an opposite. That's us. If you either with him or against him, and the ones that's against him is the devil, evil, simple. So move it on. But the brain distributes that thought process, and if you were thinking from the left side, my man was left-handed too. Okay, left side brain thinkers are ego-driven, all about me, I, my, selfish thinking people, male or female. Don't make a difference. If you're thinking left-sided, that's the ego in control. Okay, understand that. I was taught left brain thinking early in life, product of my environment. I was destined to be a drug dealer. I was destined to do wrong. Why? That's what I was taught. That's what I was shown. That's what I aspired to do, and I thought it was cool. Yeah, I can't wait my turn to get my shot at it. I took my shot, took my lumps. Okay, I wouldn't let my son take a shot. Don't want him to take the lumps. Okay, he's doing just fine. My daughter too. All right, but from left side brain thinkers, you're not going to get nothing but material stuff. Money, house, car, it's all material. It's all material. Okay, as long as you got material stuff, you got friends. You got stuff, you got friends. When I had drugs, I had friends. No money, no drugs. Well, you ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing to give them. They ain't your friend. Think about that, fellas. Mastering left side thinking means you making money, you famous, you rich, you're fortunate, and you have all material things that you like, and you are happy, happy, happy. But the caveat to that is being happy here is only temporary. So if you think stuff here is what makes you happy, you coming back. You ain't, no, God don't do that. Okay, that's the spiritual concept. And if you think money and material, you don't get to have spiritual. Why? Your ego is in your left side of the brain. God dwells on the right side. And for all you left side brain thinkers, aka, it ain't just men. That's just the male philosophy. You got women who think like men. That's the left side thinkers. The philosophy don't pick and choose the sex, the gender. The gender choose the philosophy. And women who think left-sided, selfish, egotistical, and like things, y'all call them divas. Okay? Come on, same thing. The same thing. It's just put in female form. Okay? Understand that, please. But men, aka left side brain thinkers, it comes natural to the ego. Why? Because it starts at an early age. It permeates from within. When we're born, we're innocent. We don't have no conscience, don't have no memory of nothing. We are pure. We're tainted by our environment, okay, that we live in. You in that crib, you don't have a clue what environment you about to get involved with, but you'll get adjusted to it, you'll acquire, you'll acquiesce to it as you go along, be it good or bad. Okay, understand that. But that's when the ego grows from within. That's your identity. That's who you identify yourself with. And it's also what? The false self, not the real self. But when you believe the ego, you don't know God. God surpasses the ego. And if you're thinking left-sided, you're never going to reach God. Men, okay, they say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Not wrong. I'm a man. Let me clear that for you right quick. Me being a wise man at a later age in my life, I can say this with understanding. The way to a man's heart is through his ego, aka his penis. If you keep a man happy, when the man is kept happy, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't doing nothing. He gonna comply. Why? Because he's happy. He's satisfied with whatever it is he wants from you. However he give it to him. Yeah, that's why. And if you keep the man happy, he won't stray. If a man ain't happy, or the women, it go both ways. Remember, I'm equal opportunities. It go both ways. Women cheat too. It's just a man thing. Women ain't satisfied with certain things. They go get it somewhere else. But if you want to keep a woman happy, stroke her ego, and give her everything she likes sexually. What else can you? If you're getting everything you want, pleasure in the bed, all the stuff, you ain't missing nothing. You ain't losing. Most people straight because there's something they think they missing. You can't miss what you can't measure. If you ain't getting it, you shouldn't worry about it. But if you want it, then you're gonna invest your time, energy, and effort in it. And there's a price to come with that. If it's just for the pleasure, oh, there's a price. Trust me. Again. But when you have the ego, all it wants to do is be happy with pleasures and flash, money, and things that makes it happy. Man or woman, don't make a difference. Okay? Women are the same. Okay? You please them with flattery, tell her how good she look, every time she dressed up, and yeah, baby, yeah. They happy. And that's how it goes. That's how it goes. You please them, appease them. That's the ego. That's making them happy. Don't worry about what you get in return. We talk about what they getting. They don't care about what you know. Don't worry about that. They ain't gonna worry about you. Okay, now the difference. God resides in the right side. Okay, and what's this? Of your brain, aka it's feminine. God don't give a damn because you think it's a woman. It's just the opposite of the male. Female. The yin don't give a damn about the yang. Why? I'm the yin. I'm the opposite of you, but we go together. What's this? Two brains, different in every way, but they come together to make a whole. And what puts them together? Pineal gland. Ding, 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 ding. Booyah. Got to get it in there. Y'all really don't understand the pineal gland. I really want y'all to. Y'all worry more about God than what represents God. See what the pineal gland does. Investigate some time and some diligence into learning of the pineal gland. I'll leave that one there. I just want to jot that one for you. Do your homework. You appreciate me. The right side of the brain, my favorite. Why? I'm Mr. Wright. The right side of the brain is feminine. My goddess, my yacht, my favorite person, my mother. Women, females. Okay? I'm a male. I was raised. Once I no longer aspire to look for some male figure. I am the damn male figure. So, again, understand that. I have no problem respecting and understanding putting women in where they need to be. The right side of my brain, which is feminine, that's where I get my loving, caring, and nurturing teaching from. That's the right side of my brain. That's what drives me to do it. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing, teaching, trying to get somebody to be better. That's the right side of brain thinking. I can't fight it. It's taking control. No, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. No, we ain't doing that. We thinking right. That wasn't my intention when I started the philosophy. Now I'm saying, how the hell you missed that one? See, the symbolism wasn't in right side thinking. I mean, right brain. No, I didn't see the brain left and right. I saw the brain as one. Again, you learn as we go. I had a different philosophy that saw the brain one way. Now, it makes so much sense. So again, I just roll right on into that one. Why? It makes sense, and I ain't got no problem with it. The woman lead with what? Their hearts, their feelings, their love, emotion. You break a woman's heart always get broken. They live for broken hearts. Why? Because they put it out there. And like George said, it's going to be walked on like a floor. And that hurts. The emotions. Again, you got the emotions should be the power. Hold back on that one. Give them the old left. Keep the left out there. Why? To save the power. So you really want to do damage, that's when you drive this right down their throat. Okay? Right to their face. Sorry. But that's just a boxing argument. That I'm trying to show you. Women, stop leading with your power, your heart. That's your power. The power is here. This is the jab. Use that. Okay? It can take it. This hurts. All right? Feel me? Okay. Thoughts can come and go. Concepts move. But pain, emotionally, that stings a little more. So you try to avoid that by what? Keep them with your thought. If they can get past your concepts of thinking and talking and understanding, now you can ingratiate them a little more. That's how relationships are built. Y'all jump into all of a sudden, I love you. Really? You don't even know me. That emotion, there you go. That's right. They go right to love. Love don't mean nothing today. Y'all just thinking around like, moving on. It lost its cachet personally to me. All right. That's kind of, you say love for the end. You don't jump out with love. You don't come in the gate. Baby, I love you. Oh, just love at first sight. Get that nonsense out of here. All right, excuse me. Women, again, for me, y'all hearts, y'all emotional creatures love that. But don't let that lead you. Like the ego, don't let it lead you. It's good to have. And again, I do, but I just put it where you can't touch it. Like hammer. Women are goddesses. That means female gods. Just as powerful, just as everything is the male god. It's a concept. Like your boy Jesus Christ. Oh, he spoke in parables. Yeah, it's a philosophy, a concept. It ain't real. Mayat does the same thing. I know she ain't real, but we make them real. We create a body for and give them identity to use. That's it. We don't make it literal. We understand this is a mythological, allegorical, philosophical concept that you can practice. In the right context, the Bible does the same thing. I got a problem with that. Why? I know that. Y'all the ones who read it don't. Excuse me. I know more about that stuff than y'all do. And y'all read it, claim to follow it, don't know a damn thing about it. As a teacher, I have to learn. Why? I got to get to understand it, the real meaning. And I'm looking at all the Bible quotes. I understand all of them. Why don't y'all? Sorry. Get out of there. Mental illness goes both ways. It don't pick and choose gender, race, or none of that nonsense, okay? If you thinking one-sided, you're mentally ill. Why? You're not using your capabilities, so you're shortchanging yourself. That's an illness. That's a handicap. You're taking away your best feature. Your ability to think, comprehend things that you need to. That's why. And if you ain't doing those things, you're suffering from an illness. My philosophy is trying to break it down so you can understand it. But stop and listen and hope you understand when I'm trying to present something to you. I ain't trying to argue and debate with you or cast aspersion. You take it personally, you want to defend yourself. I'm not talking about you. Y'all go to church. You hear the preacher talking about you. That's your own guilt playing mind tricks on you. When it's good, it feels good. But it's bad. Oh, he talks about me. You mad at him for exposing you to you. Moving on. And again, all right thinkers use both sides of our brains equally. We discriminate between what's right and what's wrong. And then we make the decision based on what's best for us. Well, that's critical thinking. No, that ain't that's right thinking. Excuse me. Why y'all gotta make it critical? No, that should be normal. That really should be sorry. Let me wrap it up. I guess I'm a God thinker. What did that mean? I'm a right thinker. I can see that now. I thought I was a right thinker just by thinking and doing right and following God. No, God is in my mind on the right hand side. Okay, I'm right-handed. Welcome home. I figured that part out. Through this little lesson scene, I'm like, well, I'll be damned. Right thinker, yeah. So my pastor, he's the right thinker. Okay, he's there. And when you master right side thinker, equanimity, meaning you're using the left side for what it's intended for. Okay, analytical thinking, egoistic driving, force, courage, immortal, everything that's good and prosperous, you use it for that. Connect that with the right side thinking, you good to go. And that's what knowing thyself. You need to know the ego self. Don't be a stranger to the ego. You need to know him. Why? You need to check him. If not, he will be running you. And that's not the way to find out about your ego at the end. Okay? Again, I still use my left side thinking. Again, my God tells me that. Equanimity in my thought process. Is it good? Is it bad? Everything ain't all good. Everything ain't all bad. You find common ground. You find a balance, and you find out what works for you, and that's what you do. That's right thinking. Simple. And that should be really simple, not hard. Again, right thinking is what? Being God conscious. Realizing that you and God are one. God is inside you. Everything in the Bible says the same damn thing. How y'all miss that? And that's how to cure mental illness. Become God conscious, Christ conscious, whatever you want to call it. But that can cure the illness. Why? You're thinking right now. With both sides, equanimity, and you can't make mistakes like you used to from not knowing. If you got a 50-50 chance of being right or wrong, and you don't know, the odds went up of you being wrong, just went up past 50%. The idea that when the fact that you know, you just decrease the odds. You got more of a chance of being right than ever. Why? Now you know. Guessing, You might be right, you might be wrong. Once you know, there's no guessing. You ain't got the hope, wish. You know what you're doing, do it. If you don't, find somebody who do and ask questions so that you know what to do when it's your turn to do it. It's called learning. I was a student over 30 years. I learned a lot. Before I even started talking about teaching, I had to learn. A lot of y'all just don't come out the box learning. Get a few things I think you know something. Then big questions you can't answer. You ain't a master. Master don't humming. Okay, well, I gotta check. No. Master P phone. Mental illness is, again, from my perspective, is left side or right side thinking without the other side. Thinking one side. That's an illness. Look at it from that aspect and cure it by what? Taking care of it. Come on, y'all. Let me wrap it up and take it home. Right thinking is the true cure for what? Your mental illness. All mental illness starts with what? Yourself. You can cure it yourself. Think about it. Put it to use. Right thinking, meaning thinking equally, left and right brain thinking. Why you need both, like the yin and the yang. You can't have one without the other. You can't have good without bad. You can't have joy without pain. Get it? It's a dual world we live in. Understand it and put the balance in there, and you can survive. Trust me, that's right thinking. That's the lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. I got to go. Right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I never know that my right thinkers now who understand mental illness is just using one side of your brain and passed away. I'll be right back.